There was a big news on 25th April that President Biden declares Armenian massacre as genocide, breaking long-standing US terminology and enraging Turkey. So what happened? President Joe Biden on 24th April formally recognized the mass killing of Armenians by Turkey as genocide on 106th anniversary of the massacre. Washington has been wary of recognizing the genocide for fear of damaging relations with Turkey. Modern day Turkey is a member of NATO and an important partner in the Middle East. So where is the country Armenia? You can see this is the Armenia surrounded by Georgian north, Turkey in west, Iran in south and Azerbaijan in east. You can see this is Armenia having capital at Yerevan, this is Azerbaijan having capital at Baku. This is area of conflict Nagorno-Karabakh. Two wars have taken place between Armenia and Azerbaijan because of this area, control over this area. What is the definition of genocide by UN Genocide Convention 1948? Any of the following act committed with intent to destroy in whole or in part a national, ethnic, racial or religious group. As such, killing members of the group, causing serious bodily or mental harm to the members of the group, deliberately inflicting on the group conditions of life calculated to bring about its physical destruction in whole or in part, imposing measures intended to prevent births within the group, and forcefully transferring children of the group to another group. So this is the formal definition of genocide by UN. What is the Armenian genocide? It refers to systematic, premeditated massacre and forced deportation of more than 1 million Armenians by the Ottoman Empire and its ruling party, the Committee of Union and Progress (UP) during World War I. An estimated 8 lakh to 12 lakh Armenian women, children, and elderly were sent on death marches leading to the Syrian desert in 15 and 16. Driven forward by paramilitary escorts, the deportees were deprived of food, water, and subject to robbery, rape, and massacre. In the Syrian desert, they were dispersed into a series of concentration camps. Another wave of massacre was ordered in early 1916, leaving about majority of the deportees dead. Around 1 lakh to 2 lakh Armenian women and children were forcefully converted to Islam and integrated into Muslim households. Third wave of massacre took place during the Turkish War of Independence after World War I, when massacre and ethnic cleansing of Armenian survivors were carried out by the Turkish nationalist movement. Armenians charged that the campaign was a deliberate attempt to destroy the Armenian people and thus this is an act of genocide. But the Turkish government contended that although atrocities took place, there was no official policy of extermination implemented against the Armenian people as a group. So, the presence of Armenians in the Armenian highlands, that is Eastern Anatolia, modern day Eastern Turkey, Azerbaijan, Armenia, and northern Iran. The Armenians have been there since 6th century BC. The Kingdom of Armenia adopted Christianity as its national religion in the 4th century CE. In antiquity and in the Middle Ages, the area was ruled by succession of Armenian dynasties. This region was secured by the Ottoman Turks in 15th and 16th century. You can see this is the Ottoman Empire, and under Selim I, this area was occupied by Ottoman Empire, this Eastern Anatolia. A significant number of Armenians were also living in the territories held by Russia, that is beyond the eastern border of the Ottoman Empire. Most Armenians were grouped together into a semi-autonomous community called Millet. The life for Armenian villagers and townspeople in the Ottoman Empire was difficult and unpredictable, and they often received harsh treatment from the dominant Kurdish nomads. Because local courts and judges were often favored Muslims, Armenians had little recourse when they were the victim of violence or when their land, livestock, or property was taken from them. The great majority of Armenians were poor peasants, but a few found success as merchants and artisans. In the 17th and 18th century, Armenians' involvement in international trade led to the establishment of significant Armenian settlement in Istanbul and other Ottoman port cities, and as far as India and Europe. But it became a source of resentment and suspicion among Muslim majority. Armenians in the eastern provinces lived in semi-feudal conditions and commonly encountered forced labor, illegal taxation, and unpunished crimes, including robberies, murders, and sexual assaults. In the mid 19th century, the Ottoman government instituted the Tanzimat. What is Tanzimat? This is a series of reforms to equalize the status of Ottoman subjects regardless of confession. But this was strongly opposed by Islamic clergy and Muslims in general. Tanzimat system failed to improve the condition of Armenian peasantry in the eastern province. The Ottoman Land Code of 1858 disadvantaged Armenians, and now many of them had to pay double taxation, both to Kurdish landlords and the Ottoman government. In 1876, Sultan Abdul Hamid II came to power. Now, the state began to confiscate Armenian owned land in eastern provinces and give it to the Muslim immigrants as part of a systematic policy to reduce the Armenian population of these areas. These conditions led to substantial decline in the Armenian highland population in eastern Anatolia. Then, in Russo-Turkish War of 87-78, Russia's decisive victory forced the Ottoman Empire to cede parts of eastern Russia, eastern Asia Minor, and Balkans and Cyprus. These parts were occupied by Russia. Young Armenian activists, many of them from Russian Caucasia, sought to protect their compatriots by agitating for an independent state. They formed two revolutionary parties called Henchek. One was called Henchek and another was Dasnat Sutyun, that is Armenian Revolutionary Federation in 1890. But neither of them gained wide support among Armenians in eastern Anatolia. Eastern Anatolian Armenians, they remained loyal and they hoped that the sympathizers in Christian Europe would pressure the Ottomans to implement new reforms and protection for Armenians. But the activity of these Armenian revolutionary parties did stoke fear and anxiety among the Muslims. So when in 1894 the Armenians in the Sason region refused to pay an oppressive tax, Ottoman troops and Kurdish tribesmen killed thousands of Armenians in that region. In 1891, Abdul Hamid created Hamidiye regiments from Kurdish tribes, allowing them to act with impunity against Armenians. From 1895 to 1896, the empire saw widespread massacres. At least 1 lakh Armenians were killed by Ottoman soldiers and Kurdish tribes. This is known as Hamidian massacres. Many Armenian villages were forcefully converted to Islam. The Ottoman state bore ultimate responsibility of the killings, whose purpose was violently restoring the previous social order in which Christians would unquestioningly accept Muslim supremacy and forcing Armenians to emigrate, thereby decreasing their numbers. Abdul Hamid's Sultan Abdul Hamid's despotism prompted the formation of an opposition movement called Young Turks, who sought to overthrow him and restore the constitution. One faction of Young Turks was the Secret and Revolutionary Committee of Union and Progress, called CUP. Although skeptical of growing exclusionary Turkish nationalism in the Young Turk movement, the Armenian Dasnak Sutyun, they decided to ally with the CUP in December 1907. Abdul Hamid attempted an unsuccessful counter coup in early 1909, supported by conservatives and some liberals who opposed the CUP's increasingly repressive governance. So when the news of counter coup reached Adana is a town in eastern Anatolia, the armed Muslim attacked the Armenian quarters and Armenians returned fire. Ottoman soldiers didn't protect Armenians and instead armed the rioters. Between 20,000 to 25,000 people, mostly Armenians, were killed in Adana and nearby towns. So in the end, in late 1912, Dasnak Sutyan, the Armenian party, broke away with CUP and appealed to European powers for protection. Antipathy towards Christians increased when the Ottoman Empire suffered a humiliating defeat in the First Balkan War in 1912-13. This resulted in the loss of nearly all its remaining territory in Europe. The Young Turks leaders they blamed the defeat on the treachery of Balkan Christians. Furthermore, the conflict sent hundreds of thousands of Muslim refugees streaming eastwards into Anatolia, intensifying conflict between Muslim and Christian peasant over land. Now increasingly authoritarian, the Young Turk consolidated power and sidelined their more liberal opponents. And in January 1913, the most militant member of the party, Anwar Pasha and Talat Pasha, they came to power. And they rejected Ottoman multiculturalism in favor of Pan-Turanism or Pan-Islam. They aimed to consolidate the empire by reducing the number of Christians and increasing the Muslim population. So CUP pursued a policy of changing the demographic balance of borders areas by resettling Muslim immigrants while coercing Christians to leave. Immigrants were promised property that had belonged to Christians. So this area in Europe was occupied by Ottoman Empire before Balkan War. But in First Balkan War, when armies of Bulgaria, Serbia, Montenegro and Greece, they all attacked to this Ottoman Empire. Ottoman Empire lost this complete area in Europe. So they blamed the Christians living in this area for this treachery. And many of the Muslims from this area migrated and took shelter in eastern Turkey. This is Second Balkan War. In this war, all countries were fighting against Bulgaria. So Turkey Ottomans were able to recapture this Thrace area. Okay. So when parts of eastern Thrace were reoccupied by the Muslim Ottoman Empire during the Second Balkan War, local Greeks and Armenians living in this area were subject to looting and intimidation. The around 150,000 Greek Orthodox were forcibly deported by Muslim militia secretly backed by government. So fearful Armenians they appealed to the European powers to force the Young Turks to accept a degree of autonomy for the Armenian provinces. So when in 1914 the European power imposed a major reform on the Ottomans that required supervision by inspectors in the east, the Young Turks took that arrangement as further proof of the Armenians' collusion with Europe to undermine the sovereignty of the Ottoman Empire. So this was the situation till Second Balkan War. We will continue in another video. Take care. Bye.